This video will show you how to make a peeling animation in Blender. Please watch it up to the very end. In the description of this video, I've already put a link for you to download the can model we are using in this video for purposes of illustration. When you open Blender, first press A then delete to delete everything. Go to Files then click on Append. Browse for the can model file you've just downloaded. Click on it to open it, then select Mesh, and after you select this cube, click on Append to append it. Now that we have it in our scene, click on this X to go to a side view. Press G then Z then 1.89 to move it up along the Z by 1.89. Press Shift to then go to Mesh and add a plane. Press S to scale it up to this level. Select this can and press Tab to go to the Edit mode. Scroll to zoom in a little, then press Alt and click on this edge to select this entire edge loop. Press Ctrl Numpad plus to expand the selection until this whole part of the object is selected. Press Shift D then right-click to duplicate it but stay in position. Press P then click here on selection to separate it by selection. Now press Tab to go back to the object mode, then click on this duplicate to select it. Press Tab to go back to the edit mode. Press A to select all, then press S then 1.005 to scale it up slightly. Now press Tab to go back to the object mode. Click here to switch to the material preview. Select the can, then first come here to the outliner and click on this icon to hide the duplicate. Now come to the material properties, then select this second material and click on this minus icon to remove it. You can now come back to the outliner and click on this icon to enable the visibility of the duplicate again. So click here to switch back to the solid mode. Now select this duplicate and come to the particle properties. Click on this plus icon to add a particle system to it. Click here under number, then reduce the number to 500. Scroll down here and reduce the end frame to 1 so as to match with the start frame. Come down here and click on this drop-down arrow on physics, then under physics type click here, then change it from Newtonian to none. Now if you press space to play it, you can see that the particles are disappearing after frame 50. So pause, then come back to the physics properties and scroll up to lifetime, then click and increase it to 250. Now if you play it, you can see that the particles are visible all through. Now click on this drop-down arrow on render, then under render is click here and change it from halo to none. So go back to the first frame, then come to the modifier properties. Click on add modifier, then come to physics, then add an explode modifier. Now if you play it, you can see that nothing is happening. So come back to the explode modifier and activate cut edges. Go back to the first frame and come to the physics properties. Click on cloth to add a cloth physics. Now if you play it, you can see it fall down. So select this plane and come back to the physics properties, then click on collision to add a collision physics to it. Now if you play it, you can see the particles falling down. And if you switch to material preview, you can see the results starting to look good. So let's select this can and add a collision physics to it as well. Now if you go back to the first frame and play it, you can see the particles getting off the can. So switch back to the solid view so that you can fine-tune the animation further at minimum performance. Now if you look closely in the middle here, you can see that the peeling particles are more stretched out. To fix this, come back to the modifier properties and click on add modifier, then go to generate and add a subdivision surface modifier. Increase the viewport levels to 2, then click here and hold to move the modifier below the particle system modifier. Now if you play it, you can see the particles looking better. So come here to the subdivision surface modifier and deactivate the viewport visibility of the modifier for the meantime. Now go back to the first frame and press Tab to go to the edit mode. Come to the object data properties and click on this plus icon under vertex group to add a vertex group. Click on assign to assign them. Now press Tab to go back to the object mode. Go back to the modifier properties and click on add modifier, then go to edit and add a vertex weight proximity modifier. Under Vertex Group, choose Group. Now press Shift A and go to Empty, then add a sphere. Press S to scale it up. Press G then Z to move it up along the Z, making sure it covers the entire can. Now select this duplicate and come back to the Vertex Weight Proximity modifier, then under Target Object select the empty. Change this proximity type to Geometry. Now click here and switch to the Weight Paint mode. Increase this lowest value to 2.2 and the highest value to 3. Now switch back to the Object mode. Select this empty, then activate this auto keying button and come to frame 100, then press G and right click to move it but keep in position. Come to the first frame, then press G to move it somewhere here. Now click here and switch back to the Weight Paint mode to see if the results are okay. And you can see that the gradients are okay. So turn on the viewport visibility of the Subdivision Surface modifier and switch it to Simple. First deactivate the viewport visibility of the Explode and Cloth modifier. Now if you play it, you can see that the weight colors are okay all through. So click here and go back to the Object mode. Now go back to the first frame and activate the viewport visibility of the Explode and Cloth modifier. Click here and hold, then move this Vertex Weight Proximity modifier above the Cloth modifier. Come to the Physics properties and scroll down, then click on this drop-down arrow on Shape, then under Pin select the group. Click on this drop-down arrow on Cache and reduce the end frame to 150, then come to the Timeline and reduce the end frame here to 150 as well. Click on Bake to bake the simulation. Now if you play it, you can see the animation peeling nicely. And now you can go ahead to work on your scene further in Render. Thank you so much for watching up to now, I really appreciate. If you found this video useful, please consider subscribing to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you never miss out on our latest content. Also let us know what you want us to teach you about Blender in the comments. I promise we'll make a video. Have fun animating. I sign out.